are the true artists, so let's get together, see what we can uncover. What that defines your world, gives you truth and life. What that excels, special enough to guide your way through this shadow world.
Another day, another dollar. What's good, chat? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good? What's good, chat? Do 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 do. Okay. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing? Let me get my shit on point. All right, we chilling. How's everybody doing? How's everybody doing today? You said PS5X? Nah, I'm not playing that shit right now. Get the fuck out of here. I'm not getting into another gacha. I'm not playing no Persona 5X. Hell no. I'm not sheep like y'all. Y'all all hopped on Persona 5X fiending. I ain't playing that shit. I ain't playing that shit. Brown Dust 2? I'm not playing no Brown Dust 2. What makes you guys think I'm playing those games? Y'all all projecting. This is why Atlas never sponsoring you. Hey, it is what it is, bro. It is what it is. Gotchas are fucking me up right now. That's exactly why I'm not playing that Persona game. Because I know if I play that Persona game, I'm going to want to spend money on it. And I'm not in the mood of right now playing the game where I know I'm going to have to spend money on it. I'd rather play... Because I'm already playing Nikkei. I'll stick with Nikkei for now. I'm playing Nikkei, Clash of Clans, and I low-key got a little bit back into Pokemon Go. That's the most I'm playing in terms of games that has to do with me spending money. You said fake Persona fan? It is what it is, bro. You said bro on Clash of Clans? Bro, I've been playing Clash of Clans since it first came out. So what happened, chat? Anything, any news that happened over the weekend? Anything at all? Demon Slayer? I don't give a fuck. Anything else? Just gotchas? No video gaming news? Nothing? Sora coming to Nikkei, the hot girl with the white see-through shirt. Okay. Anything else? Bandai stream later this week. Is it worth the watch? I heard the other stream, Arc Systems, was ass or something. Nintendo Mario Kart update. I mean, I already said what I said about it on Twitter. Nintendo don't give a fuck about the fans. Let's keep it a stack. And then Nintendo fans are surprised that Nintendo don't give a fuck and that they took away their fun. And it's like, bro, everybody been warning y'all for a hot minute. And Nintendo fans don't pay attention to shit. It is what it is, bro. You said, are you liking My Hero? I only like My Hero because it helps me exercise and I'm not paying attention to the fan base. That's what I'm just going to do with every anime that I watch. I just don't pay attention to the fan base. I leave the fan base because the fan base is just full of fucking weirdos. Every fan base of every anime has like a huge majority of them are fucking weirdos. Same shit with Dandadan. When Dandadan started getting popular, I started muting everything Dandadan related because ellos me tenían harto, bro. They were fucking annoying the shit out of me. And I actually genuinely like Dandadan. But the fans were so fucking annoying, I was like, alright, block the word Dandadan, block the word Dadan, block the word Momo, Okarun. I blocked all those words. I don't see anything Dandadan related on my feed. You said if we're paying attention to the fan bases. It's not that we're necessarily paying attention to the fan base. It's that when you like something, you know the algorithm pushes that shit towards you. You should know this already. This is Google. This is Twitter. If you like something or you interact with something, it's gonna keep pushing that shit towards you. You see, that's another shit that came from Dandadan. The whole Clanka clan. I don't even know anything about that, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't want to know anything about that because I am not part of their fucking dog shit fan base. Fuck the whole fan base. Fuck the Twitter accounts that repost the content. Fuck the Twitter accounts that repost the snippet of the opening where they're doing the up close face shots. Fuck all the Twitter accounts that were ruining Chainsaw Man, that was posting the stupid Denji and fucking Power dance at the intros every fucking second that they had. Fuck all the fans. I don't give a flying fuck about them. I'm only gonna watch the show because I genuinely enjoy the shit, and that's it. I disassociate myself from those fuckers. You said every anime manga got a name like that now? I don't know, bro. Thank you for the 100 biddies. You said, did you respond to the girl? Yes, Electric. I already talked to her. And that's where the story ends. Me and her, we already started talking in DMs. I was seeing how she's doing. We already caught up. That's it. Y'all don't need to know the rest of the story. I built a computer on my birthday. Congratulations. I hope you got a nice PC. I need a new PC.
I'm not gonna lie, Dandadan getting an anime adaptation was nothing but a mistake. Everyone keeps bringing up the panel of Momo getting nearly railed by one of the aliens, along with making so much drama about if they
You know
should
what's
be
funny?
black
I
or
said
not.
that was gonna happen
I
too.
was so excited going into the anime first.
I said that shit was gonna happen too, and nobody.
I just dropped
Bro.
it and never peeped it again. I fucking hate fandoms so much. The same thing is gonna happen to Original Sin of Takoki.
Bro, I said the same shit. I said, yo, episode 1 gonna throw people in for a loop. The second they had Momo in that spaceship and the dude pulled out his dick, robotic dick pickle, and he was about to penetrate her on some shit, I already knew motherfuckers was gonna say some shit about that. They were about to be like, hey! But I don't care, bro. I'm already far as hell in Dan Da Dan. I'm already far as hell in that shit. Dropping animes because of the fandoms is hilarious. No, that's why I don't associate myself with them, period. I don't even get involved in that shit. I don't care about the fans. What about One Piece? I'm still trying to get into One Piece, bro. But it's like One Piece right now is like, I see how much farther I gotta go with One Piece, and I'm like, goddamn. I'm not gonna solely prioritize One Piece. You said, dude, like the episode and they called him a peed. Bro, at this point, they just call anybody on Twitter a pedophile for like anything, bro. For anything. They toss that word so loosely around in the internet, it's just stupid. You say, or groomer. Motherfuckers use the word groomer too, and they don't even know the pure definition of a groomer on the internet. They just like to use those words because those words hold some type of power that'll make like a third party person, when they hear those words, they go, oh my goodness, they did what to you? That's why they like using those words, because the second you use those words, motherfuckers go, oh, I can't believe it. And then motherfuckers say it, and then they like to feel like a fucking victim. When nothing, you know? It's like, bro, shut up. Like, motherfuckers on Twitter would be underage and then walk into grown spaces, and then when they see grown shit, then they feel like, why am I seeing grown shit? You walked into the grown spaces, you fucking twink. Whatever the fuck you are, little ass Jimmy. Why the fuck did you go to this grown space if you're 12 years old, 13 years old, 14 years old? They will walk into a whole hentai 18 plus shit, and then when they see a bunch of liquids, then they're like, I was groomed by this one Twitter user. No, you weren't. You walked in that shit willingly. You walked in that shit willingly. Now you want to act like a victim? I'm about to hit you in the head with a 2x4. In GTA, of course. Make sure I hear the whole plank sound. Thunk. Yo, what's up, Nep Nep?
What's up, my Dominican Negro?
Twink is not the same meaning as Lil Jimmy Retro. Hey, bro. Yo, I heard somebody got their their Nintendo Switch 2 account banned, and their Switch got bricked because I think they had a name called Twink Link. Yo, imagine getting your $500 console banned because you named yourself Twink Link. I heard some story like that recently, and I started laughing. I said, yo, Nintendo, that's why I'm not giving them my fucking money like that, bro. I'm not gay, bro. I'd rather not even. I got a new controller for my birthday. That's good, bro. The Labubu craze is getting out of hand. It's been getting out of hand. It's been getting out of hand. It's too much now. Like, I feel like Labubus, people are collecting too much of them, and it's like, bro, And then when I said that on Twitter, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, some people came in my DMs being like, oh, so y'all could collect Pokemon cards, but we can't collect Labubus? I'm like, bro, you have a point, but at the same time, I'm like, Pokemon cards been around since forever, though. And also scalpers, it's like, but at the same time, it's similar. I don't even care, bro. Labubus, bro. Labubus is some shit, bro.
Niggas on Twitter think that an author would condone any crime related to sexually assault that happen in their story. They only act like this for sex crimes. A character could commit mass murder and none of these niggas will give a fuck.
True. Bro, they clipped Mango's wings. Yo, I can't believe Mango got banned off of Twitch. That shit crazy. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I said this shit before. I know what he did was inappropriate, but I feel like cutting everything and banning him off of everything is a little overkill. I think it's a little overkill. I think it's a little overkill. I feel like they should give him like a small ban. I hope it's not like a perma. They gotta set a precedent with him, make an example. True. Another thing. They better apply that to both parties, girls and boys. Because if a girl does some shit like that too and she doesn't even get a slap on the wrist, that's all I'm saying. If they went that hard on bro, they better put the same shit, because girls be doing that shit too sometimes. They better put it to both. So in the future, when that shit happens, hey, you see the new Nikkei unit? She's basically a hentai unit. I mean, a lot of the units out here in Nikkei, they all like hentai units. Do 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 do. In this moment of Retro, you're trivializing sexual assault. How dare you? Dabo was getting kicked out of the Weekend and Playboy Cardi concert. Why was he getting kicked out? You said fuck Leffen? Bro, I'm surprised Leffen didn't get put hands on him. That's all I'm saying. After all this time, nobody ever like swung on Leffen. Who wants to go to jail over Leffen, bro?
Nah, Retro. You're right. I am the biggest One Piece fan. Ever since Wano came out in the anime, there has been a mainstream influx of dogshit Zuma fans. One Piece coming to Netflix didn't help. They have the worst takes, spoil shit, and don't shut up.
Bro, I had a hot take about anime a long time ago and people looked at me funny, and I'm gonna say that hot take again. I wish anime stayed niche as shit as like it did back in the day. Like anime hitting mainstream was one of the biggest mistakes. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Anime getting mainstream was one of the biggest mistakes. You said flaccid, cold take. I don't care. I'm still gonna stand 10 toes on that shit. Anime should have stayed niche. Normies ruined it. That's what I'm saying. Too much normal people came into the sphere and then they started ruining the shit. You said everyone agrees with that? Hell no. There was a bunch of people saying shit on YouTube videos. Nah, bro, because anime became mainstream. Now we got more content. Now we got more communities coming together. I'm like, man, fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit. It was better when it was like a small, closed, like, group of people, a small collected community of people that just knew about it, and then it was like, hey, now that everybody knows about it, I fucking hate that shit. Yup, they're ruining everything now. Now Hollywood is grabbing all these fucking animes and they're making all these dog shit adaptations. You said, what's a normie? Man, a normie is a motherfucker out here. Like, man, I don't even gotta explain what's a normie to you. You ever seen that episode of SpongeBob where he was shaped like a sponge? But not the square one, the round one? And he said, hi, how are you? That's a normie, bro. The live action Akira movie was canceled. They new gens. It's the new gen shit. You said, did I see this? Did I see what? Deadly fungus thought to be Pharaoh's curse has been turned into a compound that kills cancerous leukemia cells in lab tests. That sounds hilarious. No way. It's a cancer killing cell. It kills cancer. Watch the government find out about that shit and they're gonna kill the guy who found that shit. Because here's the thing. Pharmaceutical companies do not want to find the cure to cancer. Why? Because it gives them unlimited money. That's another hot take. If they found the cure to cancer, then all these organizations would not be receiving $1 million donations. No, shut the fuck up. Nah, Tainted. You telling me we found a cure to COVID and like... Hell no, that's gonna be my hot take. I don't give a fuck, bro. I don't give a fuck. The hospitals profit off of keeping motherfuckers sick. Tell me not. It's like in Pokemon. When you go to the Pokemon Center, they say, and they heal your Pokemon, they say, yo, we hope we see you again. Why you hope to see me again? Yo, Nurse Joy, why do you hope to see me again? What's going on? What's going on, man? Oh my god, bro. Oh my god, bro. You said because they're abusing animals all day. Hey, bro. You read a third-party source. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, Tainted is an actual doctor. Tainted gonna beat my ass. It's like the pharmaceutical companies, bro. We're going into conspiracies once again. It's the pharmaceutical companies. What do? They get us hopped up on prescriptions and then we get addicted. And then once we get off the prescriptions, guess what? Withdrawal symptoms. Withdrawal symptoms that keeps us wanting more of the prescriptions. Then we got to keep on what? Spending our hard-earned money on these prescriptions. And then we become dope fiends. The whole time we're on some... I need more of that shit, please. Please, if I don't Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Y'all don't know the fucking difference between a fucking news article and an actual fucking site. Oh my god, bro. You said Tainted, you're actually a physician? Yes, Tainted is a doctor, bro. Tainted is an actual doctor. Stop poisoning. Yeah, I don't know how much research we fucking do. Tainted being a massive troll while being a doctor make me like him more. Of course, bro. Nah, look, being a surgeon is different because you're actually like cutting into people and like looking into their innards and shit and fixing shit. But I'm talking about the doctors that just be like, hey, bro, take a pill. Take a pill and you'll get better. And I'm like, nah, bro. Nah, bro. I ain't taking no random fucking pills. You're out of your freaking mind. Pink Giratina, what's up, baby? How you doing? I'm not a doctor yet. Tainted, I already know you're gonna be a doctor. That's why I'm just gonna keep calling you a doctor.
Oh yeah, this happened recently too. Emaru getting harassed by Hassan and his orbiters communities because she understands fair use link.
What was Emaru talk?
Full react.
What happened? Ba-da-boom. Let me see. Tectone also getting on her. What happened?
Are a little scary because I saw that some people are getting sued for reactions, but Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes, or it's people that like
Daily Dose ain't suing.
maliciously react, like they react.
Isn't it crazy how Amaru knows about this, but all the people against Ethan don't know about this? It's probably because she watched the video for 5 minutes. This obvious nuance is just totally lost.
Watch me so that they don't get any views. Like, yeah, you can't do that.
Yeah, you're courting disaster. It's crazy. Even she understands this. She probably watched half the video.
Just for a bit of context, this is obviously about H3's lawsuit against people who went out of their way saying they were rebroadcasting his videos so he wouldn't get any views, something that has now been covered by many lawtubers as well.
And settle with them. If you settle with them, maybe you can save your ass and save yourself some embarrassment.
So surely this completely and totally mild take by Emiru can't possibly have caused any drama.
Woman who hangs out with every rapist she meets. I think Israelis are fine.
60,000 likes.
Mr. Daily wouldn't sue me. We're homies. He likes my tweets sometimes.
The H3 Snark and Lefty Twitter set their sights on Amaru. What the fuck? Amaru is a scene girl that sometimes does a Nazi salute because it's edgy. Amaru does a Nazi salute. And this is the thing, is that these are the people that useful little token she is. I just want you to see that, like, anything that these people do, these people are abusive. They're bullies. They want to gang up on people and push them around. I think, again, the best way to approach this stuff is to just call it out immediately and just say how ridiculous it is. When they go after attacking somebody like Amaru for saying that, you know, maybe it's not a...
Bro, no cap, bro. If I ever become a big content creator, for the love of God, bro, I could imagine motherfuckers being in my comments talking about, hey, who do you support? I'm gonna be like, me, nigga. What side do you support? Me! Get the fuck out my face. Bro, don't talk to me about no politics. I ain't out here fucking trying to pick left side, right side, suck my dick. I ain't doing none of that shit. I don't give a fuck about nobody but me. That shit got nothing to do with me. And maybe the pharmaceutical companies that's giving us Red 40. That's the only thing I'm gonna talk about. Fuck out of here. I hate that shit. Like, imagine, like, you post something on Twitter and then you got motherfuckers with flags on their profiles talking about, hey, man, how come you're not talking about this? Bitch, because that shit got nothing to do with me. Get the fuck out my comments. Respectfully. Respectfully. I don't care. Call me ignorant. Ignorant tro. Hey, that's so ignorant. That got nothing to do with me. Bro, I'm from Dominican Republic and I grew up in Brooklyn, NYC. And my parents came on a banana boat.
Yo. About that PC. We were 4 on that shit, and my friend told me it's the worst PC he ever built. It
Damn.
took us over 4 hours cause there was always so random problem like the RAM being in slot 2 and 4 and not 1 and 3.
Yikes.
Link.
What do you mean link? Respectfully. I'd be like, I ain't doing none of that shit. Shit got nothing to do with me. It don't look bad. Well, you telling me on your new PC, this is the first thing you started editing? Me looking like Kaede? Got me with a big ass head. Bro, I got so much dome under that shit. It's fucking crazy. And you drinking a V8? Oh my gosh, bro. My God. My God. I love V8, like the tomato juice. I don't know. Twitter be going crazy. I don't know what's going on with the politics, but I don't even care and I don't want to get involved. The only time I'm going to get involved with politics is if I see missiles coming to NYC. Once I see missiles coming over here, that's when you're gonna start hearing the real me. I'm gonna start talking all types of shit. I'm be like, yo, these motherfuckers. That's when like level 100 racist troll is coming out, and I don't care, bro. I'm gonna ruffle so much feathers if missiles start coming to NYC, because I'm gonna start talking my shit. Oh my god, I'm gonna start saying the most out of pocket shit. I don't give a fuck. They're gonna have me on fucking live stream fails because I'm gonna start saying the most out of pocket shit. Once I see missiles start hitting New York, that's when I'm gonna start talking shit. But for now, we chilling, bro. We chill. You said Clip Retro talking about the Emiru Asman situation. Bro, so the whole Emiru Asman thing, I don't even know what it's about. It's about the Ethan Klein drama. I don't even care about Ethan Klein anymore, bro. I don't care about Hassan. I don't care about Ethan. I don't care about none of that shit. You said Hassan needs to be banned permanently. You said bro broke TOS multiple times and Twitch always letting him slide. Because the thing is with Twitch is that they have a political bias. That's the thing. If you realistically think about it, everybody on every platform, there is some type of political bias. That when there's a person kind of walling out and they're kind of like, you know, hitting that threshold of like, I don't know, bro. And then if they fuck with you enough, they'll let you slide and say some crazy shit. I don't know. But that shit got nothing to do with me. I don't care, bro. I don't care. Mario Kart World latest patch fixes an exploit that allowed 3-lap races online by selecting the random option. Crazy for Nintendo doing that, man. Fuck Nintendo. Fuck Nintendo. I hate Hassan and Asman. They don't ban Asman and Hassan because they got viewers. Otherwise, they would ban Hassan only. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe because Twitch makes good money off of it too. Because Twitch gets a cut of like what they're doing. And if people are in the chat raging and stuff, it makes sense. Where's the music? I need some music. Do-do-do. Oh yeah, I was playing Pokemon Go yesterday. I could have played some today, but I said fuck it. I'm not walking outside playing Pokemon Go because the rates of me catching shinies and doing raids, I'm not spending all that fucking money. I already spent money on Pokemon Go when I feel like I shouldn't have. And now I'm just like, I'm good off that shit, bro. In this heat, it wasn't that bad yesterday. Like yesterday, I was walking around for 4 hours catching Pokemon damn near non-stop. And I think, let me see how many shinies I caught yesterday. 3, 6, 9. 9 shiny Pokemon. Okay, the 2 good shinies that I caught was I caught 2 shiny unknowns, unknown I and unknown L. I caught a shiny Torkoal, and I caught a shiny Scraggy, and I got a shiny Zacian. Other than that, everybody else is dog shit. Shieldon, I already got it. Shiny Machop, I been had that motherfucker. You said Hassan has 0 political knowledge. I wouldn't say that. Your stream title says games and cheese. I love cheese. Ed Edom, cheese is my favorite. All right, my brother. Enjoy your cheese. My favorite cheese is Swiss. Yeah, but Pokemon Go got extra heavily monetized, bro. They got all these passes and shit in their game. I'm like, come on. Bro, Pokemon Go, I wish they could revert the models. I hate these new models, bro. They're so ugly. These new Pokemon models, every time I look at them, I'm just disgusted. I wrap myself like a mummy in the game just so I don't have to look at my ugly ass fucking model. They're so fucking ugly. Ugly ass models, bro. Also, hot take, bro. I hate watching Rakai, Ray, and Dota stream. I can't stand them motherfuckers. I can't stand watching them motherfuckers. You said Dota's fine? Hell no. When they're all three together in the same fucking shit, they gay as fucking hell. I don't care, bro. I don't care. They are so, bro, it's disgusting to a point where like they all moaning in the mic and they acting like they fucking each other. It gets to a point. You could act a little gay with your friends and be like, hey, you know what, Digital Kun? You looking kind of sexy today. You know what, Digital Kun? I'll give you a little smooch. No, they are actively every live stream. They be like, Tota, put your ass onto the screen. I'm like, yo, what kind of fucking, yo, get this. Hey, yo, what the fuck is this? You said just don't watch them? I already am not watching them. I'm telling you why I don't watch them. What kind of fucking zesty ass shit? Like, come on, bro. Like, it gets to a point. It gets to a fucking point. Come on, man. You said I need context? Yo, just go watch highlights of their streams and you're gonna see it, bro. It's disgusting. You say, hey, man, it's Pride Month. Let the... No, I'm calling this shit out. I'm like, bro, y'all gotta chill with that shit. Even me as a straight person, it's not like I'm gonna go on stream and I'm gonna be like, oh, if I'm streaming with a girl, I'm like, all right, baby girl, bend over. I'm about to clap them cheeks. I'm not doing that shit live, bro. That shit crazy. That shit's crazy. Even if it's straight, even if it's gay, it's crazy to do regardless. This has nothing to do with sexual preference. The shit is weird. Like, chill. They be mad that like they go above and beyond. Like they definitely passing the gray line. Like, chill. They be doing that shit all the time. They were playing Minecraft, right? They all playing this Minecraft shit talking about they playing Minecraft until they finish it. They ain't finishing that shit. I think they try to finish Only Up. They failed, right? Now they trying to do this other shit, Minecraft. Bro, they don't even know how to make beds. I'm like, y'all not finishing that shit. And then every time they were trying to make a house, they just kept saying, all right, man, sleep on top of me, bounce on top of me. I'm like, yo, y'all fucking weird, bro. Stop. Too fucking much. You said Mario Marathon? That Kai Mario Marathon was fire. And it was funny as fuck the whole way through. Fuck the viewers. The viewers the whole time was saying if they died on like World 4 and they lost all their lives, they wanted them to go all the way back to World 1. I was like, are you guys fucking idiots? Even Kai's moderators, fucking idiots too. I don't give a fuck. They were all in on it too. They were like, nah, Kai, you gotta go back to World 1. I'm like, what do you mean World 1? You know how long this marathon would have lasted if every time they died, they had to go back to World 1 and recollect all those coins? Hell no, bro. Hell no. Yeah, and then they were calling them Bubble Bros because they kept using the bubble. Bro, that's another thing. That's a mechanic in the game. How the fuck is that considered cheating? People's just goal posting in the game, bro. People are like, oh, that's cheating. No, if it's a mechanic in the game, technically it's not cheating. Because then why the fuck they put the bubble in the game in the first place if you can't use the bubble? You should, this shit frying me. I'm not rewatching the clip that I just watched, that I just did on myself. You said I miss Retro Manny. He used to stream. Bro, I'm not going to be streaming every freaking day.
BTW Monster Hunter had a title update live stream 2 days ago to show the new upcoming content. Here's the link.
Yo, Monster Hunter been receiving a lot of hate too. That game is definitely not getting Game of the Year anymore. Monster Hunter is not getting Game of the Year anymore. And also, I think, what's his name? People are going back to Monster Hunter Worlds. People are going back to Worlds. Wilds is too easy. No, that's not even the issue of Wilds. The issue with Wilds that they're saying is that it's not optimized on the PC. They're saying that everybody has these crazy ass rigs to run the game and it's not running properly. It's not optimized. Let me see. Big. He is big as hell and he moves a lot. Underwater fight? Shut the fuck up. We not fighting underwater. What? Oh, hell no. It's Atlantis and Kingdom Hearts all over again. Swim this way, we'll dance and we'll play. Fuck! Oh no, I don't want to fight this fat fuck underwater. The Uth Duna? Fucking hell no! Fucking big ass. No, bro. Underwater? I'm Diddy Kong? Layered weapons, finally. We don't have to have them ugly ass artisan fucking Cybertron ass looking weapons. Nice. Okay, we could dance. Nice.
You don't get views like this sitting around back at base camp.
So can we just infinitely breathe underwater?
Everyone, it isn't safe here. Let's head back home.
We got 2 new monsters. Available Monday, June 30th. Oh, that's like tomorrow. Damn. Okay. So we'll try to hop on that tomorrow, probably. Okay. Sergio's. La Garakaka. Layered weapons, alright. There's a festival. Arc-tempered. Oh my god, that's what we're finding. Arc-tempered fat-ass Uth Duna. Additional monster. Guitar Hero, August 27th. Bullshit. Okay. More hair and ears and shit.
Also, some folks might not remember this game, but Sea of Remnants got some more footage. There's 30 minutes of it on YouTube, but here's IGN coverage of it and sums up the first impressions. I'm still excited for the game, but it do got issues. Link.
Come on, bro. What are you sending me? What are you sending me? 8 minutes of what? 8 minutes of what?
After half a dozen hours in the earliest moments of the upcoming pirate RPG Sea of
This is the one that we saw the footage of. We glazing over this shit.
Remnants, I was left with tons of questions about how this one will ultimately turn out. Whether it was the currently bare-bones turn-based combat system, the convoluted labyrinth of vendors and upgrade paths that reminded me a bit of an MMO, or the story and dialogue that were sometimes difficult to follow given this early build's lack of English voice acting or reliable subtitles. But one thing that was never in doubt throughout all of that is just how much this colorful, over-the-top adventure is already absolutely dripping with style. It's so unbelievably hard to look away from, it made me eager to see more in spite of those rough edges. Seriously, the cartoonish characters, exaggerated and often hilarious animations, and gorgeous menus are some of the coolest I've seen since Persona 5. And even when I didn't understand everything that was happening, I often couldn't help but smile ear to ear. The version I played is so early and unfinished, it's still pretty hard to tell if this will deliver.
Alright, buddy, he says smile ear to ear. This motherfucker said
plenty of other areas, from gameplay to
man.
stability. But there's plenty of time before the unspecific 2026 launch window to iron all that out, and it already has so much unique charm that I'm officially adding this one to my list of games to follow closely. Before I get into what I liked and didn't like in my time with Sea of Remnants, it's worth mentioning again that what I played appeared to be an extremely early build that was quite unfinished and prone to all sorts of bugs and rocky technical performance. I'm used to playing unfinished products months and sometimes years before they see the light of day, but even by that measure, this one felt especially under construction. Menus and dialogue were riddled with placeholder text, crashes and bugs were quite frequent, and the entire thing hadn't been optimized for non-Mandarin speakers like myself, which often left things lost in translation. For all of these reasons and more, it was more than a little hard to tell how things will pan out, both from a technical perspective and where gameplay is concerned, since many ideas were clearly extremely unbaked. Keep that in mind as you watch this video. What I do know about Sea of Remnants is that it's playing in a lot of the same space as Sea of Thieves, with open-world high seas to explore as a pirate crew and islands to visit filled with loot waiting to be plundered. But it also distinguishes itself with unexpected elements, like the turn-based combat that happens when you're ashore, or the RPG MMO mechanics that accompany it, to the point where I'm not even sure what odd blend of genres the final product is shooting for. And every 30 minutes came with another surprise that added to that confusion, like how late in the demo, I learned there were hundreds of recruitable companions I could take with me on voyages and build bonds with.
Oh, this shit a gotcha!
To see any of the planned multiplayer components in action, as this will all apparently be taking place in an online world where you can interact with other pirate captains. Unfortunately, a lot of the ideas Sea of Remnants
Wait a minute, bro. This a gotcha Honkai Star Rail shit.
Of turn-based battles, I'm hopeful they can flesh out some of the mechanics here to reach the heights of some of my recent favorites like Claire Obscure Expedition 33 or Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. But for now, it mostly reminded me of a very stripped-down version of Persona 5. The good news is that no matter how unfinished any aspect of Sea of Remnants was, it was consistently and without exception
it looks
one of the
nice
most interesting games I've
it
played
has
in a
a
long
nice
time.
art style.
The
art style is
what's
what's sucking me in.
Have a ton of personality despite their wooden faces, and their exaggerated animations really cracked me up. And despite having Sea of Thieves pirate vibes, I rarely felt like I knew what was going to happen next. Like how after beating a giant ape boss on an island and getting back on my boat to go home, I suddenly found myself under attack by that same monkey out for revenge, who is now captaining his own vessel and blasted me with cannon fire. Then, even though I sent him to Davy Jones's locker, my ship was sunk moments later anyway in the most silly cutscene imaginable. I still feel like I don't really understand what it will feel like to play the final product, as it swings so wildly between juggling an inventory of loot, blasting cannons on a boat, and choosing between very confusing dialogue options with various party members. But even though playing through that confusion was often a little unintuitive, I certainly can't say it wasn't interesting. Quite the opposite. It was also really nice to see such a unique setting, because although there's a lot of typical piracy shenanigans you might expect, there were also really strange concepts peppered throughout that kept me on my toes. Like how my journey started out with me finding the moon buried beneath the sea, or how the marionette characters apparently lose their memory whenever they're destroyed on an adventure, but always find themselves back inside the main island of Orbtopia to begin again. There's also a really distinct punk vibe throughout the entire world, as everything is covered with graffiti, and many of the characters act like reckless teenagers who cut class to cosplay as mischievous pirates. The big question with Sea of Remnants is if its unmistakably cool presentation and interesting hodgepodge of ideas can actually come together into something coherent, and I truly feel no closer to answering that after more than 6 hours with it. For now, it's definitely interesting and distinctive enough for me to anxiously wait to see more, but we'll likely need to wait a fair bit longer before we can get a better feel for how it's shaping up, especially when it comes to technical performance and the online aspects that were completely absent from this build. I can definitely see the beginnings of a vision here though, where the punk aesthetic...
That's what I'm thinking. I can see the visions of this shit, but then my thing is this, is that we can obviously see that there's gacha aspects to this. Last thing I want to do is spend money on this game, and then they hit me with an EOS message talking about, hey, at the end of 2026, EOS November. Hell nah. Especially if I spend money on this shit.
And killer art style.
Also, if this is a gacha, is this free to play?
Play well with the over-the-top ship combat and slower, more tactical turn-based battles on foot to create something really special. Plus, we can always use more pirate fantasy in our lives, and I can already tell that this goofy take on the genre will bring a very fresh perspective. Granted, I have no idea how they'll make online multiplayer, where friends would presumably come along for the ride, work with the turn-based combat and NPC party members. But hey, if they manage to pull it off, it sounds like it'd be awesome. And if they don't, at least it'll be something unique nonetheless. For more, check out our recent previews of Borderlands.
It looks cool. It looks cool, but I thought it was like a first player experience kind of game. I don't know, it was like an online gacha type of game. It is what it is, bro. You see, I feel like they're going for a goofiness of Yakuza. I don't know, man. Capcom presentation, they show Pragmata gameplay first. Pragmata, I'm gonna be honest, I don't even want to see Pragmata gameplay. I don't even want to see that shit. Give me a sec. I don't even want to see no damn Pragmata. Why you so obsessed with me? Resident Evil 9 section. I might wait on those. I might wait on those. You know what? Fuck it. Let me see the Resident Evil 9 shit. Oh, this shit 41 minutes. Hold up. Where the Resident Evil shit?
もうどうしてもレオンプレイヤーとゲームとして
Don't miss out on this great chance to pick up these must-play hit games. From the creators of the latest Resident Evil.
I want to see this shit.
「開発のコンセプトはやみつきになる恐怖というのを掲げてます。恐怖を乗り越えるね気持ちよさ、そこのカタルシスってやっぱこう脳汁が出るんですよね。それ自体がもっとやりたい、遊びたいという中毒性を生む。そこに徹底的にフォーカスしてみたら怖いけどゲームとしても楽しい、そういうのが作れるんじゃないかなっていうのがビッグゲームの出発点でした。
Oh fuck no! What the hell was that? No cap. I already heard that this game has like a first-person perspective and a third-person perspective. If you play in third person, you a bitch. If you play in first person, you immersing yourself 110%. Cause hell no, if I saw that fucker right behind me in first person, I'd be shitting myself.
かつ、オフラインのゲームとなっています。バイオハザードで一番重要なのは恐怖体験だと思うんですけれども、今作においてはその恐怖体験っていうところに、しっかりとフィーチャーした内容に仕上がっているんじゃないかなと思ってます。
今回の主人公は FBI 捜査官ブレイス・アッシュクロフト。 内向的で怖がり。バイオハザードとしては割と新しいタイプのキャラクターを作ろうとしています。プレイヤーと同じ目線で一緒になって怖がれる、こういうキャラクターを狙っています。物語の中でもちろん彼女も恐怖を克服し成長していくんですけども、 FBI 捜査官なので銃の扱いも慣れてますし、冷静な推理力とかも発揮しつつ活躍するキャラクターになってます。レオンを主人公にしようっていうのは実はずっとあったんですけども、どうしてもレオンを使ったバチバチのホラーっていうのが割と難しくて、落ちてきたバケツにびっくりするとか、そういうレオンってそんなみんな見たくないやろっていうところで、じゃあホラーと食い合わせ悪いよなっていうのがやっぱりありましたけど。
Not true. True, because you want to create a game that's horror. If you put Leon as the protagonist in a horror game, and you got this motherfucker jump into every little thing that's happening, it won't make sense. You gotta put like a different protagonist that's gonna get spooked to everything.
ファーストトレーラーご覧になって分かるように、グレース自身がすごいいろんな目に遭うんですね。 PV で断片的には入ってるんですけれども、逆さずり一つとっても顔の赤らみ、高揚感であったりとか、うっ血してる表現、あとは髪の毛もかなり力を入れてまして、自分たちでスタッフと一緒にプロの方を呼んで実際にウィッグを使ってそこからシミュレーションして CG に落とし込んだりとかもしています。
バイオハザードレクイエムはですね、一人称視点と三人称視点、2つの視点で自由に切り替えながら遊ぶことができます。主観視点だとその恐怖を間近に感じることができて、緊張感のある臨場感のあるゲームプレイっていうのが可能になります。三人称視点だとキャラクターの肩越しでの視点というところでアクション、そういったところがよく見えるゲームプレイになると思いますので、アクションが好きだなって思う方には三人称視点の方がおすすめです。
滅菌作戦以降30年近く経つんですけども、ゲームの舞台として登場します。
その当時アンブレラ事件っていうのでシリーズがヒットして、それ以降もさまざまなキャラクターたちが、いろんなラクーンシティで起きた事件をきっかけに。
Nah, so long story short, Leon popping up in this game, old. I hope it's not like Chris Redfield, like how he popped up in that other game. Like Chris, the way he popped up in that game. Sorry, Ethan. Where's my baby? He gonna be old in this game, but he gotta be cool.
に立ち向かっていくようになったり、人間成長したり、そこに今回この表現のメスを入れるっていうのが、作り手としてはやっぱりかなり緊張感を持って臨ませてもらったっていうのが大きかったですね。
ラクーン事件に関わった、もしくはラクーン事件に巻き込まれて大きく人生を変わってしまったり、命を落としてしまったりと、そういった登場人物がたくさん出ます。レクイエムは彼らに向けての言葉通り鎮魂であり、もっと言うとバイオハザードシリーズ、ラクーン事件アンブレアをきっかけに生まれたシリーズのある種一つの区切りという意味でレクイエムというタイトルをつけています。
バイオハザードレクイエムは2026年2月27日に発売予定です。2026年3月にバイオハザードシリーズ30周年を迎えます。30周年記念タイトルの名に恥じぬようなゲームとして本作リリースしたいなというふうに思っております。
Can't believe it. 30 fucking years of Resident Evil. Jesus.
グレースの母親は
大きく方針を転換してですね、
実写映画を目指すというところで。
Further interviews with the creators that didn't fit into today's presentation will be released today on the Resident Evil portal. Register your Capcom ID to see the rest.
I think I
ラ
got
クー
a
ンシティっていう
Capcom
とこ
ID.
ろは基本触っちゃいけないもんだと。
Yeah.
Get ready, hunters.
Yeah, that game looks dope. I'm not gonna lie. That's gonna be a cool game. But it's like I always realize Resident Evil games come out like in the beginning of the year, like February, March releases. I'm like, bruh, y'all gotta come out during spooky month. I want the spooky month, bro. I want the spooky month. That's what I want. Spooky month is fun, bro. Just don't play it till October. Hey, bro. They sell better at those times? You think so? Maybe because everybody gets their tax return. That's why they put it at that time. People are more inclined to spend money at that time because everybody's tax returns is kicking in. All right, any other news? Any other news? Any other news? Resident Evil are more action than horror? Not really. It depends on the perspective I feel like you played in. Because Resident Evil Village, the one where we had to be in the baker's house, that shit was a lot of horror in my opinion. Being in first person, having that motherfucker chase you everywhere you go, going into specific areas and the black mold monsters are chasing you. Bro, that shit was a lot of horror. What are you talking about? Resident Evil 9 is going back to horror. But 7 was horror. 7 and 8 were horror in my opinion. So 7, 8, 9 are horror. Resident Evil 5 and Resident Evil 6 was ass. Resident Evil 5 was fire. Resident Evil 5 definitely was a lot more action than horror. There were some horror aspects, but it was a lot more action. Resident Evil 6 was like you playing Rainbow Six, but with zombies or some shit. Horny Horror 2 with the big lady witch. Oh my god. Bro, mind you, we killed her so early on in the story. I don't see what the issue is with having an attractive horror character. What's the issue? You said, have you seen the trailer to the Demon Slayer movie? Hell no. And I'm not gonna watch it. Why? Because I haven't even caught up with Demon Slayer. I'm not even caught up.
You can tell who has played the re-series and who hasn't. Also, are you gonna play the new Fatal Frame game? On your own time, of course.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell no. I have a list of shit I'm trying to play right now. Y'all continuously giving me new games that I never heard before. I'm not touching or researching no new shit until I finish the shit that I'm doing. Rose DLC? Is that shit worth it? Silent Hill F is fire. That shit look like it's fire. And that shit look like it's gonna have a bunch of psychological shit, and that game looks like it's gonna have a lot of scenes that's gonna make you feel uncomfortable.
This isn't exactly news but a funny discussion. What would you do if someone in your community did this to you, Link?
Bro, this is 15 minutes long, bro.
I would like to read a very small Reddit.
Bro, can you give me a TLDR, bro? Like, Oddity, you be sending me fucking books, bro. All right, Oddity, give me a TLDR, bro.
That thread.
You said attention span check. It's not even that, bro. It's you sending 100 bits. And you sending me a whole damn near 16-minute video to watch. Make it make sense. You did that last time. Last time you were like, yo, here's 100 bits. 45-minute video. Brother in Christ, you wildin'. You are wildin'. I'll give you back your 100 bits, bro. Get the fuck out of here. I'll wholeheartedly give you back your 100 bits, bro. Bro out here like, come on, why this shit so long?
I would like to read a very small Reddit thread that showed up on our subreddit the other day, 13 days ago, last week.
Are you sure? Are you sure you want to read a Reddit thread?
Oh, I'm extraordinarily sure because I want you to weigh in on this. There was a thread made by one Violet Myers who says, I made up a fake son to get out of work early, and now every time someone asks me about him, I just tell him a story Pat told on the podcast. Now what do I do?
Who?
And he goes on in the thread that the next day people were asking him lots of questions about his child.
What you do is you cue the fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Because Jesus Christ, did you pick the worst possible out?
Early. And now every time someone asks me about him, I just tell him. There was a thread made by one Violet Myers who says, I made up a fake son to get out of work early. And now every time someone asks me about him, I just tell him a story Pat told on the podcast. Now what do I do?
And
he goes on in the thread that the next day people were asking him lots of questions about his child.
What you do is you cue the fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm music. Because Jesus Christ, did you pick the worst possible out for the? Oh my God. Okay, I never mind that like story in a way. It's almost like,
is this whole thing about that?
What else in your life did you choose as a solution to problems that were so minor that you decided to go nuclear on the outcome without thinking 2 minutes into the future?
Hold that thought. Someone in the comments responds, slowly switch from Pat's story about his son to Pat's stories about Zangief and Caboose. Adopt a dog, and then reveal that you were talking about the dog the whole time, right? Because you said, oh, my son, right?
My son, my internet son.
OP replies, okay, so here's the thing. I'm a compulsive liar, and I've already started to tell stories about my made-up dog with 2 broken legs.
All right, that's it. That's all I need to see. If you're a compulsive liar, that seems like a you problem. That's it. I'm out of here. Like that's a bunch of information that's just like that I don't even need to hear. Bro, if you're a compulsive liar and now you're in a situation that you're stuck in a web of lies, you're stuck in a giant web of lies, that's a you problem. You're just a compulsive liar and you shouldn't have lied in the first place. And if you lied that much, you should just come clean and say, yo, I fucking lied about a bunch of shit. I have a problem. I'm a compulsive liar and I lied too much. That's it. That's it, bro. I just saved myself 15 minutes. Holy bejesus. Holy bejesus. Holy bejesus. Holy Jesus.